This is so exciting. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, that's right. Last time we knew each other, I didn't have a talk show, so this is good. This is exciting.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, number ones, congratulations on this.
Yes.
Here's the one thing I want to say that I think is really cool about this. You know, sometimes people put out like number one like hits collections, and they add like a bonus song on the end, and you put on a bonus song, and that went to number one. The bonus song.
Yes.
So it's like, wait a sec. That was just more number one. That's fantastic. It's unbelievable when you think of. I mean, do you ever just look at these collections and go like, I can't believe I did all these songs?
You know, the only time I really even listen to my music is when I'm putting together a show, and I think, wow, that's a pretty huge body of work.
Yeah, I mean that's such a collection. I mean, it's so influential to so many people. I mean, because I think when I was growing up, we had Control in our house. We had,
really?
Yeah, my sister had the Control album, and all right, I had the Control album, and my sister. But I mean, we would always trade albums. Me and my sister, like she would have her collection, I'd have mine. We'd share. But that was so huge. I mean, everyone had that, and I remember there was when Rhythm Nation came out.
Yes.
That was so huge in my high school that everyone did it for the talent show.
Oh, really?
And it was like 25 different versions of you at our talent show. Like 5, 4, 3, 2. Like everyone was doing the whole dance. Not me, but everyone was doing it. Oh wait, one. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Well, however you do it, I'm not good at it. Yeah.
You were close. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna save it for YouTube. Yeah, and do my whole dance on there. But guys, it's like it's just so cool to have you on, and then just had this whole thing now, and I'm just so I just wanted so many questions to ask you. But like,
sure.
who are you listening to now?
Drake.
Okay.
Drake.
All right, absolutely.
I enjoy listening to Gaga as well.
Yeah, you like Lady Gaga. She's pretty fun, yeah. Because I mean, you've had some style thing. I mean, throughout the year, you're always so stylish and doing everything totally different. That's extreme though, Gaga stuff. But you've had stuff. I mean, I think when you first came out, the mic thing was no one was doing that. This thing.
No, they weren't.
Right? This is the first time anyone ever sang with us and danced and had that.
People started calling it the Janet Jackson starter kit, which is.
You for Why Did I Get Married Too?
Yes.
You wrote a song.
Yes, Nothing.
It's called Nothing.
Yes.
Have you written for a movie before or no?
Yes, I actually did. Doesn't Really Matter was written for Nutty Professor. And again, was written for Poetic Justice, which was nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, that's right,
and a Golden Globe.
That's right. Wow. I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool.
I know, very
exciting. That's awesome. Do you like writing for movies?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, especially with this one, being in the film, really getting to know the character, and you know, the song inspired by the characters in the film.
You must love writing, because I know you're also you're writing a book as well.
Yes, yes.
Now,
True You.
True You.
Yes.
And why can you explain this book? Because it's kind of cool.
A lot of people have asked me about the weight loss, the weight gain. How did I do it? What brought it on? How did I get it off? The nutrition, you know, the whole regimen. Instead of writing just about that, I wanted to take it all the way to the beginning, which was my childhood. It's not an autobiography, but there are little anecdotes throughout my entire life, what may have created it, started it, brought it on. Other things that happened in my life, being on Good Times, what I went through on that show as a child and dealing with weight issues. And I wanted to do a book that didn't just target adults, but also children, because children have an issue with obesity, teens and adults. So it goes from my childhood all the way into my adulthood, and self-esteem.
So people, like when you were on Good Times, it's Penny on Good Times, that was so awesome. When you were on there, you dealt with weight issues?
They thought I was too heavy. They asked me to lose weight, and when I look back on it, I don't think I was heavy at all. And then they put gauze around my chest. I was 10, but I was developing very early. Developing at a very early age in life, so they would, bound my chest with gauze so that my boobs would be
in there.
flatter. Yeah.
You want to keep Penny young for a couple more years.
Right, but it's kind of telling a kid the way you are really isn't good enough, to a certain degree.
It's interesting to think about that. Yeah. It's tricky stuff. I always found that like The Good Times was a great show. But I remember that one episode where you got burned. Your character got burned by an iron, right? Was it?
Yes, by my mother.
Oh my gosh, that was so freaky. Because at the time it was that weird thing where sitcoms like got serious. Because it's always funny. Like when you got burnt, I was like so scared, and then it sparked a serious conversation. We talk with my parents because they were but it was always like it was. They don't do that as much anymore. I think they stopped in the '80s.
But the sitcoms are being very serious. Those very serious issues.
It's a very serious episode of
Yeah, I think they kind of did.
It didn't catch on, at all. But I love working with you. I gotta say, on Saturday Night Live. Do you remember you hosting Saturday Night Live? You were so funny on that show.
Thanks.
You have such a range of stuff to do. Like you could do that on Good Times, and then be serious. But you could be funny with Eddie Murphy, and then you were so funny on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, thank you.
Like we did Condoleezza Rice. That was off the charts. That was off the charts funny.
Thank you.
And then we did a bit called Cork Soakers. Where the idea of this bit was you were on you clearly loved it.
No, I really did enjoy it. But that's very difficult to say.
Yes. Cork Soakers. Yes, and that's what it was.
Soakers.
You were on a tour of Italy, and there was a wine. It was a winery, and they were explaining that they soak the corks before they put them in the wine bottle. And these were a bunch of cork soakers. We actually have a clip of you in the and here is Janet. You're awesome. More with Janet Jackson. We come back, everybody.
Turn it up. Down.
We are back. I mean,
I have to tell you, Quest, he gave me a T-shirt.
You still have that?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, nice.
He gave me a T-shirt. He was DJing at a club, and he had on a Jackson 5 T-shirt. And the next thing I knew, like a week later, there was one for me in my size, and I thank you so much. I wear it. I love that.
You're welcome.
Gift,
I
so
thought,
thank you.
like your bodyguard just intercepted.
No. So thank you so much for that.
That is so cool, buddy. Awesome. Nice, Quest. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. You can't play your own sexy riff. That's all right. You can't do that, okay. You can't call her Miss Jackson either. You can't do that. You did it? All right. Hey, we got to talk about why did I get married too?
Yes.
Very excited you reunited with Tyler Perry.
Yes, it was a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We had such an amazing time. It's a wonderful cast. We're like friends, we're not like friends, we are. Everyone is very close. The camaraderie is definitely there. It's great.
And is it like the first one? What is the sequel? What's different about this one than the first one?
Well, it's the same idea. It's the friends that have been four couples that have been friends since college.
And they vacation together.
Yeah, every single year, and they ask themselves, "Why did I get married?" And they go through their relationship issues. There's trust issues. There's forgiveness issues. Just healing. It's so many different issues. But the wonderful thing about this film is that it stands completely on its own. You don't have to see "Why did I get married?" in order to understand and follow "Why did I get married to?" It's a wonderful film, and people who've seen it really enjoying it.
The other, because you had the premiere last night in New York, right?
Yes.
How was that? Was that fun?
A great response. It was
Yeah?
so much
Oh, good.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he always puts so many levels of things in his movies. It's like deep, and then it's funny. Like
That's the wonderful thing about it, is the comedy is there and the drama is there, and it's thought provoking.
yeah,
Very
I totally, yeah.
yeah.
And also the good thing is it's set in the Bahamas.
Oh, I love that.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's fantastic. That must have sold you right there. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, I don't care what the
is
script
that.
is. Let's go.
Well, I love the islands. I love the beach. I love the humidity. So it's perfect to me.
Yeah. And how long did you spend out there?
About 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Oh, that's just great, right? That's
House right on the water. It was perfect.
I heard there was like there was a bug problem though. There were these. Do you know what I'm talking about? These.
Well, yes, these huge, huge moths. But I thought they were beautiful. They were
That's
massive.
so nice of you,
like,
but yeah.
Really, really, they look like huge black butterflies. But everyone thought that they looked like bats and they were hairy. And I thought, and the thing about them is they're not afraid of people, of humans. So they'll land on your shoulder, on your head, or fly right by you. So.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. No, I wouldn't think they were beautiful after that. I'd be like, okay, come on, let's just take a break. Let's go inside. Everyone cool. So in this movie, you just published a book.
Yes, I'm a psychologist who's
Yeah.
just published another book.
Another book, yes.
And most of my case studies, well, all of them have been done on my friends.
Yeah. So we have a clip from the movie here where you guys are talking about your book and the situations.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny. You know Tiger's wife's gonna love that scene. Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married 2 is in theaters everywhere. Friday, April 2nd. Jonathan Jackson, everybody.